All right, it's Pride Month, and all of Southeast Texas and the surrounding areas are invited to the P-Flag Beaumont's annual Pride Fest coming up on June 11th.
There will be vendors, food trucks, performers, and art booths for the entire family to enjoy. The day starts at 11:30 a.m. with a Pride Walk to the event at the Jefferson Theater, and there is an admission of $10 as well as proof of vaccination with your ID. Now, one of the popular events taking place at Pride Fest are the drag shows.
Yeah, our reporter Christiana Ramos is with one of the performers right now and the event organizers about the show and the Pride Month. Christiana, what's going on over there?
Hey Nick, so we are getting ready with, you may know him as on trivia nights, Donny Avery, or for drag shows, Sparkle Motion. Hello, how are you doing this morning?
I'm really good. How are you?
I am super excited about this.
Yes.
Because we're going to be talking about our favorite makeup tricks.
Yes.
But I do want you to introduce yourself. Where are you from? Kind of talk about that. Walk through that with me.
Absolutely. Well, my name is Donny, as you've already mentioned. I grew up in the Groves area. I graduated from Port Neches Groves in 2001. After that, I went ahead to college in New York City. Graduated from Marymount Manhattan College. After that, I just kind of explored a little bit, went different places, California, went to Baton Rouge for a little bit, Dallas, Fort Worth, and I settled back here in Beaumont about 6 years ago.
That's awesome. So how did you get into, first of all, for people that don't know, what is drag?
So drag is basically what you put on. I mean, honestly, like every day you wake up in the morning and you put on your face, you put on clothes. That is drag. I mean, drag performance is a little different. Drag performance is, I grew up in theater and acting, and that's what I do now. I direct, I act, and to me, this is like putting on a costume. You know, you put on your costume and you go and you entertain people. And even, believe it or not, being a clown is considered drag. Sometimes we call ourselves clown because this is clown makeup, basically. Because with drag queens, when you do this for stage, you overemphasize everything. You overemphasize the makeup, the eyes, the brows, everything. And it's not like, you know, a woman who might get up and go to work and put on some makeup and look gorgeous. You know, that's beautiful, but ours is that times like 10.
Right.
At least for most drag queens.
So for you, what made you get into it? How did you find your inner sparkle? When was that first moment that you saw drag and said, this is what I want to do?
Well, I definitely had an inkling of it growing up. You know, I didn't really come out of the closet until I was about 18, but I sort of always knew that I was a gay man, and I came out, and after that, yeah, I had always been very theatrical. So Halloween's, I would dress up, you know, in different costumes, whether it be male, female, whatever. And I just loved the creativity of it and the enjoyment of it. And throughout my 20s and most of my 30s, I always wanted to do drag. I thought it would be a lot of fun. I love getting up stage. I love music. I love lip syncing to music. I like to sing as well, but you know, my lip sync voice is a little bit better. And so I always wanted to do that. And I decided to do it about 6 years ago for the first time. I did it, realized how much work it is, because it is a lot of work, and how expensive it can be. And so I took about a year off and said, let me revisit this a little bit. And so I came back to it about a year later, and I've been doing it off and on since then, you know. With COVID and stuff, I didn't really get a chance to do it for about a year.
Right. I love that so much. Well, we're going to continue to talk to you, ask you questions, and get some of those best makeup tips from you, and talk about Pride Fest. So make sure you stick with us. Nick, Tracy, back to you.
All right, of course, Pride Fest coming up tomorrow, 11:30 downtown Beaumont.